Hello and welcome to the National Stadium East Field as we prepare for Monday Night Football in Kingston, Jamaica. The Raineview National Premier League, Harbour and Arnett Gardens doing battle here. And the crowd looking on in anticipation of what is to come. A meeting between two of the local giants. Let's hear from the coaching staff of both these teams.
Ludlow, well, Harbourview finally wetting their feet in terms of Premier League football, given the Caribbean Cup a break. How have preparations been, and how are you looking forward to starting your season?
Yeah, preparation's been good ever since we start on the 17th of July. I figured that the 6 games that were played in the Caribbean Cup would probably prepare us very well for the startup of the Premier League. It comes right in time. And we are still very fresh, and we are very eager to get off the mark.
How important is depth of squad, especially in this moment when you're playing more than one competition at the same time?
Yeah, well, it's a situation that I always look forward to, you know, and it's a circumstance for which I always encourage all the squad members to be competitive, so that in these eventualities that we can rotate and we can ask people to fill in gaps where possible, because, you know, fatigue, injuries may set in, and it's a good opportunity for some of the substitute players to really get a nap.
Let's get right to the meat of the matter. 2 matches against Arnett Gardens last season, you didn't score a goal.
Yeah.
How much have you analysed those 2 encounters and looked at it in terms of determining what to do today in terms of strategy?
Yeah, and I figure that I'm still going to be having that issue. Today our main striker is out due to administrative issues, but that still doesn't matter. We still have Shaquille in front, who is very well known to the league and very prolific. But, you know, we are hoping that with the new attitude, the new profound attitude that we're coming with this season, you know, to be aggressive towards the goal and to always have an appetite to score goals, we are hoping that, you know, it can start from today, you know. So we'll have our plans, we have the players, and we just hope to execute.
Xavier, this is always a big matchup, Arnett Gardens against Harbourview. How much are you looking forward to an encounter like this in your first Premier League season, of course?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tough team, but like all the teams, you have to come out and play, you know. Early season, they're in a position where they want to bounce back, and I mean, it's going to be tough for us tonight. They're going to give it their all.
And your confidence must be booming coming off of a win, and especially a first half like what you had last time out.
Yeah, I mean, confident, yes, but I mean, we still have to understand that the season is long and every team comes with a different situation, different challenges. It's not going to be like that every day. And sometimes we just have to grind it out, but we just have to be smart in terms of our approach, manage the game as we go along, and exploit any openings that are on offer.
And you did say, and it was pretty obvious as the game went on, that the team is now buying into your philosophy and your style of play. What is it about Arnett Gardens that makes teams fear them, especially going forward so much?
I mean, I'm not sure if a lot of teams fear us, but they have to be mindful based on tradition, of course. It's right across the world when you buck up some teams who are consistent in terms of how they play and what they can do, they can hurt you. We are a team that, you know, we can, if team really don't pay attention to what we're doing, we can hurt them. And I think that's the situation. Teams are mindful of that, and just being cautious about their approach. And we also have to be mindful in terms of what teams have to offer.
There are usually a lot of goals in this contest. As a matter of fact, outside of Harbourview against Arnett Gardens, Harbourview and Woodhouse, that's the only contest involving the Stars of the East that would have secured more goals. But they have met each other over 50 times, 51 times in fact. Arnett Gardens with just 15 wins and 23 losses. 15 of those, or 14 of those games have ended in drawn results. And Arnett Gardens, they are usually quite red hot, but they wear full white this evening. And Harbourview gracing the Raineview Jamaica Premier League for the first time this season in their traditional yellow and blue. All smiles at the moment, but let's see what this game will offer. We'll now pause for the playing of the national anthem. The players are ready, and we are ready. They'll meet each other. Phil on the wing is in really high spirits, it seems. Odland Harding has the captain's armband once again for the Stars of the East. He had relinquished it last season after winning the title. But now he's back with the captain's armband. Of course, Joel Cunningham is the leader of the Arnett Gardens team. Stefan Dua, the man in the middle, he'll be assisted by Stephanie Dale-Yusing and Rickton Archer. O'Shane Nation is the fourth official for tonight's game. It is Harbourview's home game, of course. So we'll take a look at their starting lineup, their first 11 for this first game for them in the season. Anthony Bennett is between the sticks. Odland Harding, Johnny Talbot, Romain Breckenridge and Okemo Jones, the back four. Kasim Priestley, Jashawn Anglin and Trey Bennett in the middle of the park. Up top, Shaquille Bradford, Omar Thompson and Ajuma Johnson. Of course, they're coached by Ludlow Bernard. Arnett Gardens. This is their starting lineup. Eric Edwards returns between the sticks. Philando Wing, Rashawn Amos, Joel Cunningham, the captain, and DeAndre Cunningham, the back four. The middle of the park also typical as well. Marlon Martin, Jamon Shepherd, who plays against his old club for the first time. Jaheim Thomas, Rashik Kelson on the left on this occasion. Warner Brown and the Kimani Arboine. Shea Smith has been relegated to the bench. Of course, their head coach is Xavier Gilbert. Chris Taylor is still with me in the commentary box. What are your thoughts on what to expect from tonight's matchup?
Yeah, some nice changes to the team, especially for Harbourview. We've seen Arnett Gardens already, and they're going strength to strength. Xavier Gilbert now on the sidelines with them. They had a phenomenal first half in their last match, that 4-0 win against Malines United, and I'm excited to see how they will start this match. Some interesting changes to Harbourview. Shaquille Bradford, 9-goal man last season for Waterhouse. He's in their starting lineup. Ajuma Johnson, such a creator after a couple of seasons at Arnett Gardens as well, so playing against his former club. 7 goals and 4 assists last season. So yeah, I think it could be a real mouth-watering watch.
Match is on the way here at the National Stadium East Field. Harbourview with the kickoff. They'll be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea and downtown Kingston, while Arnett Gardens in the full white will be going towards the Blue Mountain Range. And Arboine over on the left-hand side, we did see that he played central in the first game of the season for the Junglists, and then he has been pushed back out wide. Was rewarded with a couple of goals last time out, and that's his comfort zone, and I'm sure he's glad to be back out wide.
Won the Man of the Match award as well, Harbour.
Philando Wing will look to deliver this one inside. As Arnett Gardens looking to pounce early in this game. There's Wing's delivery. It's not a bad one at all. Heads go up. The clearance is eventually made. Anthony Bennett didn't look certain when he went out to try and catch that one.
I agree.
And
very tentative, which is unusual for him.
Harbour View looking to go the other way now. Ball touched inside and just ran into some traffic there. Harbour trying to play the reverse pass. Didn't quite come off. This is Ajuma Johnson facing his old team. And Bradford! Warning shot.
Not shy to shoot from anywhere, Bradford. Wearing similar colors to what you would have had last year, yellow and blue.
Indeed.
Does know where the goal is, Bradford. Has a good strike as well.
Did see him just look up just a little bit because he's so aware, or tries to make himself aware of his surroundings.
Edwards gets the start for this one instead of White. Between the sticks for Arnett. Yeah, he did come on as a substitute, did Edwards.
Yeah, he was injured, did White. There is Ludlow Bernard, his team having a nice run in the CONCACAF Club Championship, although
fell one round short.
Yeah, and that first leg loss to Cavalier was a bad one in my book.
5-0.
Yeah, it was played at Sabina Park. Second leg was a little bit more acceptable for him. Nil all.
Yeah. But they will play for third place against Mocha.
Yeah.
It will be a two-legged tie as well.
Ironically, Cavalier started their Premier League campaign yesterday, losing 1-0 to Montego Bay United.
And they'll play in the final of that Caribbean Cup. Impressive showing from the Jamaican teams.
That's Xavier Gilbert, the head coach of Arnett Gardens. Who, of course, has been busy in recent weeks with the national women's team. When you're good, you're wanted in different areas. Okimo Jones to deliver. Swung inside and stuck. Good cross inside, you know. I think Bradford got the initial touch. Well, there was no one there at the back post. This is Jamon Shepherd.
Right back of the year in schoolboy football, Okimo Jones for Clarendon College last season.
You gave him that award, didn't you?
Did I?
You're the only person I'm hearing saying that. But I think it was probably without question, though. Not the award, the fact that he was the best right back in the competition.
Yeah. Well, he won the position when the match came as well.
There's that.
Yeah.
Wonder how Jamon Shepherd is feeling. He's
the same as Ajuma Johnson?
I'm not sure if it's the same, you know. Obviously different stories. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Harbour has lost it. Was held back. Bradford wanted the call, got the call.
Yeah. Needs to be careful there, Joel Cunningham. Bradford is certainly a runner. And that tug there could earn him a yellow card. Experienced quartet of officials. Dwar and Nation. The top three of Jamaican Central referees.
Harbour View with the free kick now. And again, it's Jones to deliver. 4 to aim at. Brackenwood trying to get there. It's gone out for a goal kick to Arnett Gardens. So speaking about Shepherd, I had a conversation with him, and he was speaking about his time at Harbour View, and he didn't go into full details, but he said that there was a time that he was just down mentally, and it just affected his game on a number of levels, and he felt that he needed a new start, which he decided to go to Arnett Gardens and to see if he can just restart his career there. And I'm just wondering what's going through his mind at the moment in terms of his performance tonight against players who are familiar with his game. When he's on song, he's a really good player in that holding midfield position. He said he was unhealthy mentally. Angling wasn't quite from the training ground. Thomas. Wing. The yellow card is going to come out. Shown to Anglin.
Wow. Tackle was on Jaheim Thomas.
Must have been really late.
Oh, yes, had already played the ball and stepped right in the back of into the Achilles, did Anglin, and that's why Stefan Dwyer was quick to release the yellow card. Nasty challenge.
For his position, it's a wasted yellow card so early in the game too. Shepherd. Wing. Cunningham was there, but Harbour View closed them down early, and the ball is played out wide. An opportunity here for the Stars of the East. Twisting, turning, getting the shot off straight to Edwards. No issues there. Came from a Juma Johnson.
Actually, it was Thompson, I think, with the shot, but I just wonder why he cut back after the pass from a Juma Johnson. A Juma Johnson was who freed him, Thompson, and opted to cut back, and when he did that, it allowed the Arnett Gardens team to get behind the ball, and the save was easy for Eric Edwards. Real chance for a fast break that was. Fraser would know quite a bit about striking. Sean Fraser, national player at one point, assistant coach to Ludlow Bernard.
Corner kick coming up. Cunningham is inside there. Thomas sends it back out wide. Good block out wide. Stefan Dua giving the free kick in favor of Harbour View. The Arnett Gardens skipper striding forward. Johnson was cut down by one of three players who immediately surrounded him.
Always loved him as a player, Juma Johnson. So creative. Sees the big picture. 5 assists last season. I had actually shortened one of them. 7 goals. And yeah, triple teamed on that occasion. Sean Fraser says it's the third time he's been brought down. Juma Johnson would have a similar story to Shepherd, even though the result might have been different. Has had many challenging times in his career. Is one of the most scouted players when coming out of high school at Camperdown, where he carried them to the semi-finals in that same 2014 year that Charlie Smith went to the final. We spoke about them earlier. And after that, it certainly broke down for Juma. Even at Arnett Gardens, when he went back initially, they transitioned him into a left back role, which was so unusual considering his attacking flair. And I actually think it was a blessing in disguise. It gave him a better perspective of the game, taught him about work rate, the need to play defensive as well as attacking. Gone are the days of the straight out and out number 10s.
Indeed.
Where all you do is wait on the ball. So,
unless you're Messi, but continue.
Well, who is at the back end of his career. Hence, that's a dying position. And I just thought that Juma just became more of a total footballer there. But then when Jaheim Thomas came as well, there was a bit of back and forth, and he did lose the starting position for a time because of injury, and then found it hard to get back in. So there were many times of frustration for him. Not sure if that was the end result why he left to go to Harbour View, but yeah, he's had his fair share of frustrations.
But I'm sure he's relishing the new start
as well.
Right.
And he does look as if he's getting that free roll as well here.
Wing on it. Wasted effort, but not clear properly. Was there a handled ball on the edge of the box? Referee was unmoved. And now Bennett picks it up. Oh, that's a lovely first touch. And Johnson looking to move away from challenges. Johnson! What a save! Magnificent save that was by Eric Edwards. Oh, fantastic football all round.
Well, that have everybody off their seats. What a strike from Juma Johnson. And let me tell you, with the ball going away from him like that, not the easiest of technique, and he was under pressure as well, going to the opposite direction. Nice save from Eric Edwards. A keeper of his quality, they would expect to make that save. It was a comfortable height. But yeah, lots of power behind the strike. Fingertips, it was going away from him, Edwards.
It was a really, I think you're underselling it, Chris Taylor.
Maybe I am.
It was a really good save. Corner kick coming in,
that is how
and
good
that's
Edwards
easier.
Usually is anyhow. The whole build-up was lovely. That chested pass. Was it from Shaquille Bradford? I think it was. Yeah.
Johnson.
They could strike up a really good partnership, you know.
They could. Oh, delightful ball again. Just a little bit too much on it. Is that Thompson over on that far side?
No, it was
Bradford. Yep. The link-up working again.
And there was right smart. Well, Bradford is always a willing runner, and midfielders like those kind of forwards as well, because it gives them options. Gives them space to play the ball into as well.
Oh, nice touch inside. Warner Brown, though, a little bit off key. Kelson was storming forward. Brown played it behind him.
This league has two really good creators. Players with vision. Nicoy Christian and Juma Johnson. When they're on the ball, lots of things happen. I think the added ability of Juma Johnson is that he's a goal scorer as well. I don't think Nicoy Christian doesn't score as many goals. But
I guess he'll say he scores when he wants. He doesn't take many shots. On it with the majority of the possession at 66%. Johnson out wide.
That touch isn't good.
It's Thompson there over on the far side.
Turn, be ready, turn. Pass up.
Did hear Ludlow talking about a player who was out with due to administrative
Andre
issues.
Fagan.
Yeah. And the thought was that you'd be here to partner Shaquille Bradford. To wonder if Thompson might have been that player that came in for Fagan, yeah.
Maybe.
Which is why I brought it up at that point. He needs to take his opportunity.
Well, this one is driven inside, and
Well,
eventually Arnett Gardens escape with their lives. They try to recycle it now. Played out wide. It's Bradford. It's wide of the mark. There was a deflection there.
no, there wasn't.
No?
It was that scuffed an effort.
Apparently was.
Nice composure on the edge of the 18, but Bradford snatched at it. Yeah, he was saying to his teammates that he just wasn't sure what to do, whether to kick it with the left or allow it to come over onto the right. Yeah, made a mess of it. Do like Harbour if you look coming forward though.
Yeah, I tend not to listen to London Bernard at times when he speaks in underwhelming tones about his teams. He's had so many successes in the aftermath of those interviews or press conferences.
He did say though that the 6 games of the Caribbean Cup
Would have helped.
him a lot in terms of preparing for this. And so if you look at how his team is playing, they don't look rusty. You know, they look like they can manage the tempo of the game, playing with pace, physicality, and there is cohesion about their play. You look at how they are linking up.
They would have learned a lot from that heavy defeat to Cavalier.
I think all the matches, even playing against teams from other countries, from other cultures,
Yeah,
styles of play,
but Cavalier would have been their biggest opponents.
it turned out that way.
Yes, it did. Bennett was pushed. Free kick to Harbour View. He looks sick and tired of it all already. Trey Bennett. And now a free kick to the Stars of the East. Bennett. Talbot. Swinging this one inside. Maybe Thompson would have been in a better position had Bradford not gone for it, maybe. No, this was a couple minutes before a potential penalty shout, and there was nothing in that.
I think it's outside of the box as well.
Even more of nothing in it.
Yeah, outside of the line, but yeah, hands on the body. Never going to happen. From the thigh up to the arm as well. Totally agree with you.
Oh, that's a lovely touch, you know, from the boy they call National. And Arboine on it now. Into space, delightful. Thomas inside. It's put behind for a corner.
Good block on the goal line. It was Harding coming across. Talbot having a lot to say.
Shepherd.
Too deep.
At the back post, Cunningham. I think that was the aim though, you know, to find the big defender. And the Gardens, they have coverage there. Martin and Shepherd. Wires were crossed there. And Anglin keeping his balance. Oh my goodness me. He has that about him at times. We rarely see it though. but he does have it within him. A lot of space to work with. Bradford, his back was to goal and he was forced away. It was a late challenge. It was a late challenge, and the yellow card is shown to Kimani Arboyne.
Frustration. It was Kimani Arboyne who picked up the salad about a minute before that, and I'm not sure if he took too kindly to the embarrassment. There was a skill from... Yeah. Look at it here.
Yeah, good night. It was
nice from Anglin.
It's not nice when you get a taste of your own medicine. And he has gone into the referee's book.
Purchase only a $100 ticket at the entrance, and you can win $10,000. So, easiest way to win courtesy of Kunam's Bread Management.
So another opportunity for a set piece here as we see the challenge that came in on Bradford.
Yeah, the extension of the left arm. Extension of the left arm. Bradford was playing around with it on the line, faking, luring the challenge almost. He got it.
For a second, the Arboyne thought it was ice hockey. Put to the edge of the box. There's another whistle on the play, and there was a handball involved. Again, a wonderful turn, but the challenge coming in hard, and the yellow card is shown to Breckenridge. Warner Brown showing a bit of skill there. Wants to get more involved with the striker, and he is an out-and-out striker, Warner Brown. But on that occasion decided to come deep to collect, and it's number 9. And now Arnett Gardens with a free kick. Phil on the wing on it. Cunningham trying to switch the play. Almost worked. Those passes from Cunningham usually work. He had let go just in time, I felt. Amos. It was a tussle out here. Arboyne. Kimani Arboyne, the challenge from Bennett. Last touch of Arboyne. He was looking for the corner.
I was a bit surprised as well. Arboyne doesn't see the funny side.
He hasn't seen the funny side in the last few minutes, actually.
After you run 30 yards like that and then you don't win the corner. I didn't see the touch either. Let's just see it. But yeah, his frustrations will continue.
Not a bad game so far.
No.
It's been interesting. Bennett. Jones was almost being manhandled by Arboyne, who really has to be careful now and calm himself down. It really happens in the Jamaica Premier League. At least I haven't seen it a lot, where a player may be off to a really bad start, under a little bit of pressure, and they just rise to the occasion. Chance here for Harbour View inside the area. And they managed to escape. Oh, but they've lost it. Bennett. Here's a shot from distance from Kasim Priestley. Arnett Gardens. It's a little over midway the first half. It's been one of those games. And Harbour again looking to rise to the occasion himself. Thomas sends it out wide. Wing on it. Wing gets a corner kick.
Why did he need to take a touch, Wing? I thought the pass, the weighting of the pass from Thomas was excellent. By taking the touch, he just allowed Harbourview to get in the block of Kima Jones. Back doing the work.
Yep, good enough to cover, I feel. Jones, and that was the case. Corner kick inside. Thomas. Shepherd. What a scoop. The header from Cunningham. It had to be plucked out by Anthony Bennett. Again, a good sequence. Bradford. Johnson! Pick that one out! Ajuma Johnson with a strike out of the jungle against the Junglists. And against his old club. He has pulled out a piece of magic that they were used to, but it's now against them. And the stars of the East shining bright at Stadium East.
Yep, guess who has the assist? Shaquille Bradford. That partnership is beginning to flourish. Ajuma Johnson, do not give him room on that left foot. He has the talent, he has the ability, he has the power.
That was a magnificent hit, wasn't it? He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Paid respect, of course, in the aftermath of striking that one brilliantly on target.
Nobody was watching that.
They were still in wonderland after that strike.
The Bradford Johnson show. And we finally have the first goal. It's been a really nice game, a really good watch so far.
Ball inside the area, and Harbour doing his best to try and get on the end of that one.
First goal of the season for Harbourview.
Well, if that's the standard, Chris Taylor.
We have a lot to look forward to.
Here is Jones, eating up the space, then losing it. Harbour trying to go in the other direction. Thomas. That's some good work by Talbot. Johnson on his own time, his own pleasure. It's played across. And Arnett Gardens defending stubbornly at the moment. Harbour along the channel. Anglin with force.
Unnecessary from Anglin. And do remember, Anglin is on a yellow card. He has had the reputation to get the occasional red, Anglin. And that will be something that I'm sure Fraser, there's Sean Fraser on the sideline saying to Talbot, saying to Anglin, just be careful. You're already on a yellow card and you have a bit of a reputation.
Download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. Keep in touch with all the exciting happenings in the Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League, as well as the ISA Schoolboy football competitions, as well as the SSFL in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a lot of football. I can tell you also the Champions League, which continues tomorrow on the home of champions. They've given it up in a dangerous spot. Ball played out wide. It's Kelson trying to get that one inside, but he was immediately closed down. They've lost it. Kelson gets it again. And another challenge from Talbot. It's chaos inside the box. But the flag eventually went up for offside. And some reprieve for us here.
Well, as everyone will know, don't take anything for granted in terms of Arnett Gardens going forward. And they are a dangerous team. They can score from many angles.
Well, let's now hear from Janae. She's with a sponsor. Janae?
I'm here on the sidelines with Shanoya Wilson. She is from QMax. Shanoya, I want you to tell me what QMax Wealth Management is all about.
All right, so QMax Wealth Management is actually the investment arm of the credit union movement. So we introduce persons to another way of meeting their financial objectives. So pretty much you can do other type of savings like a stock brokerage account, unit trust account, bond account. So pretty much it's all about building your wealth. And for us being here at the Harbour match today, it's quite an experience because we actually sponsor the Harbour youth, and which is called First Kick, which we believe that we start from their young.
Yes.
And so we pretty much want to have 2 lucky persons today that basically would have an opportunity to come to our office and have a full wholesome discussion with us as it pertains to investments.
Well, there's good vibes here. The raffle will be kept at halftime, so you guys need to stay tuned. She is a sponsor of Harbourview Football Club. They just scored a goal and she asked me, was that Harbourview? So stay tuned. There's a lot more in store, and at halftime we'll be back with you. Back to you, Donald and Chris.
We can categorically confirm it was Harbourview who scored.
They need to give her a jersey.
Yeah, the yellow ones. Arnett Gardens coming forward now. Trying to respond. Shepherd. Lost it. Crowd is still buzzing in the aftermath of that strike though, I think. Awkward bounce there that Arnett Gardens they just managed to clear, and
well, another yellow card produced from Stefan Dua. Amos on this occasion. He was on a tight rope. Amos was lucky to get away with one earlier where he held back Bradford. You do remember that one, and you said he let go just at the right time. Well, it follow through.
Yeah, but I mean, there's little I think he could have done with that. I'm not sure how he could have avoided that. It's a little unfortunate.
Sometimes the defenders do. I don't think they need to be so wild with the clearances. I think it's it's many times unnecessary. And the game has moved away from that kind of play, Donald, and then you expose yourself to that kind of situation where you pick up unnecessary cards. So because he swung so hard just to release it. His follow through was taking him through the opponent. He's taken off the back of his right leg, and then his left foot has also made contact with the opponent's left. Plus he's given away a free kick.
So here's a free kick coming up, and Edwards has to be wary of it. Cunningham nods it away. Here's a long throw coming in. Corner kick now to the Stars of the East. Corner kick for Harbour now. Swung inside of the near post and coming together. It's another. Well, no, it's a goal kick which has been awarded. Last touch, apparently, of Talbot.
Again, though, the challenge coming in there, a bit reckless. Martin and company.
Well, so there's a fire that is actually nearby.
Just outside of the stadium wall.
And some smoke has covered the area, the playing area.
Well, I hope the fire brigade is on its way. You can actually see the orange flames coming over the wall to the left-hand side of the field. Heavy smoke there, which obviously is a concern for the players in terms of their breathing. But the fire is really close to the boundary wall. Just look at that there.
I'm actually wondering if it's across the road or if it's directly behind.
Based on where it is, it looks right behind the wall. Just off of the road. It must be very close to the road as well, because the road is right there.
It hasn't affected traffic, though, not that we're seeing from this angle.
At this time, there wouldn't be much traffic, though, heading in that direction. But yeah, that needs to be put out quickly.
Well, it's the Stars of the East burning at the moment. They have the advantage over Arnett Gardens.
And a Juma Johnson spectacle. 7 he scored last season to go with his 5 assists. In the colours of Arnett Gardens. And now his first goal of this season is against his former team, Arnett Gardens.
You can tell that he wants to be that man. He wants to be that player.
And he enjoys that free roll. And I think because he has the likes of Kasim Priestley and Joshua Anglin behind him, giving that protection for the back line, is that allows him to play in that pocket, that free space in the middle of the park, which I think is where he's best.
Arboine, skips away from one. Arboine's effort was charged down by Priestley.
Another deflection. Both his goals against Malines were deflected in his favor. So Harbour better look out for that as well. He has that look, Kimani Arboine.
That he does. Corner kick, that's gone high, but Edwards reaches and collects and tries to set free his striker Warner Brown. Shepherd does well to win it. Slips this one through. It's Kelson. Arnett Gardens again. And, well, he wasn't paying attention at all over on the far side. He had turned his back on the play.
That was Warner Brown, wasn't it? Who did that?
Over on the far side, no. Now he goes the other way, breaking free. It's Bradford, it's Bradford, it's Bradford! Shaquille Bradford! Now in the blue and yellow of Harbour wants to be the new legend for the Stars of the East. And with the breakaway goal, Harbourview 2-0 up over Arnett Gardens.
Misery at one end for Arnett Gardens and joy at this end for Harbourview. Well done, Shaquille Bradford. He has a lot of pace, very difficult, strong player as well to keep up with him, Shaquille Bradford. And by the way, another reason why himself and Ajuma Johnson have such understanding, both went to Camperdown High. Well, that was a top finish, and Sean Fraser, who wore the colours of Harbourview proudly years before as a striker, was extremely proud of that finish from his top marksman. 9 goals for Bradford last season, and he's on the score sheet again this season.
They couldn't score against Arnett Gardens all of last season. They have 2 in 41 minutes in their first matchup in this new Rainview Premier League season.
1-0 and 3-0, their 2 losses last season. And well, Hudler Bernard did say, well, it was a bit of a bother because Fagan was not going to be around. Well, he did say he had Shaquille. And he forgot the little pocket rocket in Ajuma Johnson as well.
For so long, the Stars of the East have been begging for a striker, looking, searching for that striker. Shaquille Bradford answered the call in pre-season, and on his first game out for his new club has scored. Is he the answer?
They have had forwards, to be fair. Sometimes the chemistry in the link-up play has been the issue. They did have Colorado Murray the year when they won. He is a quality striker. He wasn't prolific in the colours for Harbourview. He did score half a dozen goals in the season. But then injuries started to take over and he was in and out. They did have Nicholas Hamilton, but consistent performances were not necessarily there. Then Hamilton went overseas. But yeah, Bradford, who at Waterhouse was prolific but didn't have much help. A similar kind of story.
So I'm talking about centre forwards, which they've been craving for. They would have had the likes of a Kevin Bryan, or before him a Fabian Taylor as well.
Yeah, who is now coaching.
Not of that ilk they've had.
Well, if you think, but to be fair to Murray, Murray is a former Golden Boot player as well. You do remember in the colours of Tivoli.
In the colours of Tivoli.
Yeah, and then scored over a dozen when he was at Waterhouse. So he does come with back at him. Let's be fair to him.
Understand.
Yeah.
But it was on the back end of that career that he would have been with the Stars of the East.
Yeah, slightly older now, and as you said, the injuries have started to set in. Let's see this.
Can they respond? Up the post and behind. Bennett looks shocked.
You know, if that went in, it probably would have been an own goal, because I think it came off the post onto Bennett, or Bennett pushed it onto the post.
They take it short. Cunningham back to Thomas. Looking for options. Twisting and turning. It's Kelson. Yep, over on that far side with the number 10. Almost as diminutive as Thomas. Here's what happened. So it came off the post and then...
Yes, so it came off the post onto the goalkeeper. It would have been an own goal had it gone in. But what a strike from Kelson with that left foot.
Lovely takedown by Thomas. Inside the box. Pulls it back. Shepherd! His shot is charged down.
Nice match. Nice tempo to the game.
They want to get one back before the halftime interval. 2 minutes of stoppages to be played. Martin. Oh, poor from Shepherd.
Two of Jamaica's best here. 10 titles between these two at Premier League level.
Amos does well to evade one challenge. That was a little bit too shallow, the pass. And Harbourview looking to break, but wasn't accurate there. But the Arnett Gardens, they're moving on quickly.
back-to-back stuff. No one wants to slow the tempo.
Shepherd, Warner Brown, Thomas. Well, Anglin does well.
Anglin with the fandangles.
Cunningham with a driving ball out wide.
What a pass.
It was a really good one. Kelson, Washiki Kelson, didn't have the space to run into on that occasion. Oh, he's thinking of a shot. Should have remained a thought. It's a goal kick.
Did score one last week from some way out. Did fell on the wing.
It was a little bit closer.
Yeah. And it was one where the angle suited him more.
Certificates valued at $10,000 each on second.
That's the end of the first half. We've seen goals. We've seen drama. Ajuma Johnson against his old club with a peach. Shaquille Bradford with his new club as well, running away from defenders and the scoring. Harbourview, they have looked so good in this first stanza, and they hope to continue it in the second half. Arnett Gardens, we know that they are more than capable of bouncing back. The story of the second half should be intriguing. Stay with us for it. Welcome back to the National Stadium East Field for second half action in the Royal Navy Jamaica Premier League. Harbourview leading Arnett Gardens by 2-0. This is the first game of their season, and they're looking to make a really good start. They have had in the first half. They'd want to continue. We're on the way, and Arnett Gardens will be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea and towards downtown Kingston. Arnett Gardens in full white this evening. Harbourview will be going towards the Blue Mountain Range. So, what a first half that was. The question is, can Arnett Gardens come back? Two good goals, and we've seen some really good football as well being played by both teams. Priestley. Talbot with the clearance. And what's happening here? Another yellow card is going to be shown to... Is it Talbot again with the type of clearance that he made? There was a follow through apparently.
And both centre backs have now been booked. Just look at.
Oh
yes.
My goodness.
That could have been a red, you know. That could have been a red. That had nothing to do with a follow-through or anything.
Yeah.
That was just a cynical challenge, a nasty one from Talbot. And let me tell you, if VAR was here, that could have been reviewed. I'm almost positive if there was television replays here, he would have been off Talbot for that.
This one dinked inside, and that's a wonderful header. And it's Jamon Shepherd. His very first goal in the Jamaica Premier League is against his old club. And it's new number 7, who was fouled, which resulted in that free kick. Came on the end of that ball inside. And Shepherd did justice to his name to guide that one home. And Arnett back in play.
Well, just look at what the stupidity caused from Talbot for that kind of challenge, unnecessary, giving it away. And Shepherd, yeah, making it go. There's another beautiful pass from Rashid Kelson with the left foot, by the way, to find Shepherd. And credit for Shepherd for continuing his run.
Indeed. It's just the start that Arnett Gardens wanted in the second half.
So each of the former players of the clubs have scored. Shepherd and Johnson.
Yep, new name scoring in this fixture for their clubs.
So members of the Super Gardens, the management wants you to know that the boss
Cunningham trying to get rid of it.
Kelson wants his centre-backs to come forward. Do remember, both centre-backs from Harbour View are on yellow cards as well. So that's something they'll have to be careful of. Kelson has a talented left foot too, you know. Can deliver these balls into telling areas.
Yeah, he does do well with them. Kelson again delivering inside, and Bennett with no issues on this occasion. Sends it out long.
This time Johnson's touch isn't good enough.
There have been some spectacular moments in this game. Can't wait to see what is the SportsMax that moment of the game.
I thought you were going to say the next stanza. New chapters, every moment coming in. Still think there's a lot this game has to offer. 40 minutes still to go. Oh, that was volleyball.
Hope for the ball inside. No issues there for Eric Edwards. Well, that's a long hurl out, but didn't find a teammate.
He forgot about the wind. Ooh.
Oh, nicely done.
Just through the legs. Wow.
Johnson managed to slip that one out wide. Angling. Odland Harding, his cross was blocked. Corner kick to Harbour View.
Yeah, Angling playing well in the middle of the park too. Amazing how Johnson could find that pass out wide.
Come on, be ready. Both sides, please, both sides, be ready. Both sides, both sides. Yeah, no, yeah.
This one sent inside the area. The punch from Edwards. Pretty powerful. Arboin running away from Bennett, running into Harding. Cunningham. Shepherd. Was there a challenge inside the box? Play continues. And the resulting effort is well wide of the mark. Shepherd is in some pain here.
There's a poor challenge from Brackenridge. Just look at this. Again, it's just a bit wild from their number 18. Needs to be careful. And that was probably a slight touch away from being a penalty.
Or a mistouch.
Yeah. Yeah, questioning nation there. Is the Arnett bench. Do think though that Arboin got a good crack at it and made a mess of it though with the shot, because he had space, there was an opening, but he miscued it horribly. Handball.
Yeah. Harbour, they were eager to get on with it. Warner Brown is complaining about some issues he's having or he's had.
Well, I think his argument is that someone stepped in his instep. Options for Arnett Gardens. Shea Smith, one of them. Dangerous in that wing area. With his talented left foot, he would play on the right with Shea Smith.
Harbour View playing around with it at the back. Lost it. Thomas was trying to play that one inside first time.
Was trying to find Kelson.
Yeah, he was. They'll have another opportunity here. Now it's with Shepherd. Shepherd.
Touch not good enough.
And committing the foul there in the end on Anglin. His former partner in the heart of the Harbour View defense.
Yeah, the touch from Shepherd there needed to be neat to allow himself to get off the shot, but he went with hard feet and gave up too much room.
I said defense, it's actually midfield, in the heart of the defensive midfield area for Harbour View.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, not sure if the audience did, but thank you. Anglin.
They would know you by now.
Anglin has, that's wonderfully done from Anglin. Takes the shot too, but not a whole lot of power behind it from Anglin, but wow, it was a bit mesmerizing on that occasion.
They've just spoken about him having a good game.
Here's Arnett again, striding forward. And here's an opportunity that's buried by Kimani Arboin. Kimani Arboin with a touch of class inside the box. And that's his third goal this season. And that's a big equalizer if there ever was one. They have turned this game around. The Junglers, it's 2-2.
Well, many a time we've criticized Kimani Arboin about his finishing. He just had a moment before this where he muffed a chance. But the one thing about Kimani Arboin, he has short-term memory. And that was an exquisite finish. Thumping strike to the near post. No chance, Bennett. Assist Philando Wing.
And with that, Arboin flew. Sent into the top corner. The emphasis. The exclamation mark. Arnett Gardens back in it. What a game we're having here at the National Stadium Eastfield. It can be a rare thing to see a really, really good game. back where we started. And Brown touching it inside, and Harbourview will recover it.
It must be said many a times, it does involve Arnett Gardens.
True.
Entertainment. The highest scoring team of last season.
Almost, but it's still picked up in a dangerous area. It's Kelson. He drives that one, and the drive was still in first gear.
Well, he was pressing the accelerator, but he forgot to let down the handbrake. Talented left foot, though, and Arnett Gardens, well, they're threatening. And they thrive for these kind of situations. Now at 2-all with the momentum, and with their attacking prowess. Look out.
Harbourview, though, they would want to rekindle the flame. And they may just do it. No, the whistle against Bradford, who is hopping mad with the call against him. He swears he got the ball.
Yeah. Again, it was himself and Ajuma Johnson causing problems there. Ajuma Johnson tried a serious piece of skill just before this to bounce the ball over the opponent's head. Then Bradford, well, there's not much in that, you know. Wow, I think Bradford was unlucky. I really think he was unlucky there.
He managed to put himself between the player and the ball. And the defender kicked him.
I think so too. A rare occasion that I will actually disagree with Stefan Duar. He's had a really good game. I think that one should have been left alone. Like those deliveries right outside the off stump, Donald.
Yeah. It's usually a nagging line. And it was nagging for Bradford on that occasion.
Yes, it certainly was. Through a tantrum.
Here they come again. Arnett Gardens. Brown gets it back from Cunningham. Lovely stuff by the Junglists. On his left foot, Martin slides it across. It's Arboyne. Arboyne with a deflected effort straight to Bennett. They get it back and they lose it. Bennett is down. Free kick to Harbourview. He's pumped for this one.
Yeah, especially after that goal.
Well, the former Harbourview coach, the current Tivoli Gardens coach, still here looking on at a really good football game. I wonder who's supporting. The former Arnett Gardens coach, I should say, goodness me, Jerome Waite. The current Tivoli Gardens coach. I think I got that one right. It's been a long day, Chris Taylor. It really has.
Enjoying the football, just like all of us. Is Jerome Waite.
Oh, I haven't heard from Thompson in a while. Harbourview edging possession still at 51%. Lovely touch inside. He was being held back, but play continues. Thompson, Johnson, couldn't force that one through. Picked up by Shepherd. Shepherd hurries it along.
Oh,
nicely done by Warner Brown. Shepherd, Brown, Shepherd looking for options. Lovely find, almost went through to Arboyne. Wing.
That one took flight early.
They love it though.
Yeah.
They love it.
The crowd has come alive, and it's helped the players as well. They're turning on the thrills.
We are getting sponsored Jamaica Premier League 195. up and running here at the stadium is Harbour 2, Arnett Gardens 2.
We hope this is a sign of things to come in the Rio Neva Jamaica Premier League in terms of the excitement and the football quality as the league goes on.
Arboyne was looking for the give and go there, but the giving wasn't giving. They'll try again. Amos. Martin. Shepherd. Anglin was in the way.
Brown has come alive as well, you know, Warner Brown, with his link-up play.
Bradford knocks it into space. Thompson. Bradford ran into traffic though. He stays down. Almost found that way through, but Shepherd was in the way.
Yeah, Bradford was fouled.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was definitely checked.
Opportunity for Arnett Gardens yet again with Arboyne. Still on it. Thomas. Lovely find out wide. Kelson though. First touch almost paid off. Amos. Kelson. Cunningham. Too much on it.
That was a strike, but that was ambitious from that kind of angle. Daniel Parchment, top central referee from Jamaica, is in the crowd.
It's an event, Chris Taylor.
Yeah, so
it really is.
Yeah. Top 3 central referees in Jamaica are here at the National Stadium East Field.
Bradford getting some attention. Oh, there's going to be a change. Trey Bennett comes out.
Substitution for Harbour.
Matthew Cook comes on.
Number 11, Omar Thompson being replaced by number 27, David Reed.
David Reed is also coming on for Omar Thompson.
Exciting schoolboy from last season, Reed. Matthew Coke as well coming on. Add some more solidity to that midfield.
There's the aforementioned Daniel Parchment.
Having a night off, a day off. From Premier League action.
Yeah, he was in St. Anne with us yesterday.
And if
as
we're
the fourth official.
Yeah. And if we're ranking the central referees right now in terms of their FIFA level, Daniel Parchment would be at number 1 from Jamaica. O'Shane Nation at 2 and Stephen Duar 3. There's David Reed, Glenmuir standout last season in the Da Costa Cup. 12 goals to go with quite a few assists.
O'Shane Nation, of course, the 4th official for tonight's game.
David Reed did play with the Chapelton Maroons for a while in the Premier League last season as well.
And here he is, trying to make his way through. Lovely touch out wide. Shaquille Bradford. What a delivery! Oh my word! Almost paid off. Johnson. Bradford has left it. Knew he was in an offside position. And
was it Coke that missed it? I think it was Coke tearing in at the far post.
Would have been his first touch, right?
Yeah, it would have been. Well, he overran it, did Coke.
Yeah, it was Coke.
Right, he needed to have checked his run a bit, because Bradford hit that across with pace, which means you don't have to rush in as much. You can allow it to come to you.
He could have cushioned the header.
Ah, well. I think even if he had made contact there, because of his on-rush, it would have probably gone over.
Yeah.
What a chance. Bradford's first touch, though, wasn't the best, which is what forced him into a cross.
But he made up for it.
Yeah, he did indeed.
Cunningham. Kelson, 2 on him. A hand by Bennett was really good. Wing. Martin. Cunningham. Kelson. Sends it one inside. What a beautiful ball that was again. Was it Warner Brown on the end of that one? Just evading the number 9.
I think Harbourview is giving Kelson too much space now and allowing him to settle on that left foot, and he's dangerous when that happens. In the first half, they didn't give him much room at all. But now, he's been allowed to create all kinds of mayhem inside that 18-yard box.
Oh, lovely from Priestley. Slots it to Bradford. So eager to try and get the cross inside when he's out wide, Bradford.
Very pacey player, turns play as well as does Bradford.
So, change to Arnett Gardens, Rashika Kelson is going to be taken out. And Shea Smith will replace him.
Well, unless he's tired, that change is a big surprise for me. I actually think Rashid Kelson is the most influential player in this second half for Arnett Gardens. He's the one who's created the goal, well, the first goal at least, and all those telling area balls into the area.
Corner kick coming in, and Arnett Gardens will move away. Ball forward is lovely. Warner Brown can't slot it home. He was under pressure from Kasim Priestley.
Why did he wait, Warner Brown? Lovely pass from Kimani Arboin, and that's exactly what Xavier Gilbert is saying. He hesitated the first time. He got away from the defender. It was clear that Bennett couldn't come, and he should have taken a strike. The far post was gaping. The far corner, I should say, not the far post. He wouldn't want to find the post. And that hesitation allowed the block to come in.
20 minutes of this fascinating affair remains. Corner kick for Arnett Gardens inside. They still have a chance to recycle it. Smith. You should have expected it. You are making a point in terms of Shea Smith coming on, as I see the infringement there handed to the face. You wouldn't have taken off Kelson. Who would you have taken off? Certainly not Arboin, the other winger.
So maybe no one. And that's my point. Arnett Gardens have just found themselves back into the game. I think they actually have the momentum from 2 goals down to 2-2. Both those wide players have made big differences. Kelson providing the goal and Arboin scoring the second. And from what I could see, Post still had quite a bit of energy. When you just saw Arboin a while ago driving forward and creating a pass. So unless the thought was that Kelson was tiring, but my Kelson.
Not a good clearance. Kept alive. Cunningham couldn't reach it. Anglin was in the way. It's that type of game where it's difficult to take someone off the park. Thomas. Oh, lovely. Thomas lost it. Cunningham wins it back. Illegally, apparently. Yep, according to referee Stefan Dua.
Yeah, good skill by Thomas. Just thought when he got that space he was going to crack it, and then decided to beat another player and was outnumbered. Yeah, you see with Shea Smith even coming on now he has to catch the tempo of the game, and it's at a high pace at the moment. So as I said, unless Kelson sent a signal, a message to the bench, and I'm surprised.
Delivery inside, took a deflection. It's a corner kick. You know, at the end of all that, what we've discussed, Smith might pop up with the winner. And then Xavier Gilbert would be labeled a genius. Shepherd lost this one. And Anthony Bennett doing enough there. Lovely delivery. Smith couldn't gather. Your point about the pace of the game could be telling Chris Taylor. Harding. Bradford, what is he doing there? Playing quarterback. Lovely ball. Coke.
Again, for example, Coke just coming on, takes him a while. This game is playing at a really high tempo.
So what you're saying is that Coke wasn't quite on a high?
Sure. I guess he is in a sober period.
Bradford touching inside. The give and go. Almost working out well. Reed. He was lining up something spectacular, wasn't the youngster?
He was trying.
That he was.
That's dangerous.
It is. And it's Warner Brown. Warner Brown does well. Brown! Fabulous save by Anthony Bennett, who had to go down low to make the stop. You would have probably bet your house on Warner Brown finishing that one in that position.
Yeah, maybe not right now, but generally. Yeah. But his confidence is coming back, Warner Brown. In top form.
He turned Talbot inside out.
Yeah, I think that part of his game, as I said, that part is really coming back. It was missing last game. The finishing still needs a little bit of fine-tuning. Two moments now where a top-formed Warner Brown would have finished those, buried them.
Oh, Arboin.
But yeah.
Now he's just showing off.
But yeah, good skill by Brown just to turn the defender like he did.
Johnson has been quiet in the second half.
Has been.
Yep. Arboin, on the other hand,
has come alive. The momentum has swung.
A tale of two halves.
Well, the fact of the matter is, in the middle of the park, Johnson is just not finding the same level of space that he did before, and he's not getting as much of the ball. That was a skill there from Arboin. Because Johnson was left for dead.
You remember that Arboin was on the receiving end of it in the first half?
Yes.
Yeah, he's had his fair share of comebacks since then. Free kick for Harbourview. At the back post, Reed.
Does well.
Yep. Johnson delivers inside. they had to clear, but they also had to clear carefully as well. Didn't want a high boot infringement inside the box. Download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store, so you can watch the Jamaica Premier League, especially when you're on the go. Arboin collects.
As you are now.
Arboin drills this one. It was a wicked deflection, you know.
Arboin has really come alive in the second half, especially since scoring. And let me tell you, he is like a Duracell battery, Arboin. It's almost as if he finds more energy in the second half. Well!
Oh my goodness me, that was close. Panic stations almost for the Harbourview back line.
Nice delivery into the area. It was Warner Brown with a flick. Just a little bit too high for him. They're pumped now. Look at Warner Brown, he's played a full game as well. And they're ready to go. They love these kind of games. Do these top players.
They really do. Brown almost turned Talbot again, does well to win it back. Lost it. And Harbourview managed to escape. Anglin though runs into trouble. And Arnett will come again to Smith. Smith trying to line up a shot. And
Cold strike.
Yeah. And there's going to be a sub made by Harbourview, and we're going to be going quickly to Janae in the stands.
The vibes is hot. The stands are hot as well. I'm here with Nick and Mr. Sims. Nick, talk about the match so far.
It's a good game. I think Harbourview kind of played compact in the first half, and we kind of let off the middle and made some mistakes. But in essence, in the second half, we come out with the right energy, a little bit more direct, a little bit more tactical awareness, and to all. And I think we can win this one, you know, like actually think we can win this one.
We see. Mr. Sims, you're here in the stands with a lot of noise. A while ago, you told the man tackle and him tackle. I wonder if the boys can hear you.
Yes, man, I'm hear me from far now, because regular thing for me, you know. Because I'm little, but me have a loud voice still. In the first half, the game ago, we have most of the possession of the ball, but they catch up on the counter. Have a 2 mistake pass and score. But we know so when they come out back second half, it's going to be a different ball game. All me do want to do is score early in the first half, which me did in the first half. And right now, I look on a 3-2.
All right, well, make we say, tell me say you can't sit down and watch match.
No.
Tell Arnett fans something and make we see them hear it.
Up there, Arnett, up there!
Donald and Chris, back to you. Let's see what happens in the rest of the game.
They have the vocal support, don't they? In the meantime, there's a free kick being awarded to Arnett Gardens, and another change is going to be made, or 2 more changes going to be made by Arnett Gardens.
Yeah, during the interview, Shamari Dyer came on, by the way, for Harbourview.
So Kenelda Brown and Kevon McGregor will be coming on. Jakeem Thomas comes off.
Oh, wow. And Kimani
Arboin.
Oh, well. That is another huge surprise. Okay.
Let's see what happens after this now. The kick coming inside. Headed away. There's the delivery once more inside a dangerous area. Harbourview with the clearance. What can they do? Bradford. Does battle with Amos, who comes out on top. He does well. Rashawn Amos. Well, we've seen several big moments in this game. Let's take a look at the SportsMax app moment. And this is the biggest. Kimani Arboin with a finish inside the box. Delightful stuff. What a hit that was. Emphatic. He loved it. They loved it. That's the SportsMax app moment of the game. He's on the bench now, though. And Chris Taylor is still bemused. Well, this doesn't look too good. Shepherd. Cunningham out wide. Warner Brown on the wing. Shepherd poking it forward. Play is stopped. Anglin goes down in pain. Yeah, got a knock to the ribs there, Martin.
Martin is not going to back down either. He's a tough kind of midfielder as well. That's a heavy matchup.
And Anglin has done well to remain disciplined after getting that yellow card in the first, what, 7 minutes?
Well. He's played well, Anglin. He's played very well in the middle of the park for Harbourview. And actually has added something going forward as well. He's helped the tackles.
Long throw inside.
That was a clearance.
Yeah, it was.
And a half.
From Priestley, who's also looking for his first goal.
Wasn't any closer. And what kind of throw was that from DeAndre Cunningham? He was lucky to get away with that.
Indeed he was. Priestley getting a knock. Needs a little time to recuperate.
Warner Brown may be young, but he packs a punch. There's Warner Brown. Not the biggest in body, but let me tell you, he's a solid player. The former St. Andrew Technical schoolboy. Look at that. Right in the thick of things. Priestley has the size on him, but yeah, he felt that.
KC St. Andrew Technical battle in the middle of the park here, and of course they're going to be battling very, very soon right here in the Manning Cup tomorrow. You don't want to miss that one. It's going to be on the Home of Champions as well.
Yeah, that one could be a match like this.
Could be.
Not the same colours, but yeah.
Sponsors of the Jamaica Premier League, proven SportsMax.
Same kind of fans, though.
Oh yes.
That man would know all about it as well. Did coach the KC team.
Yeah, Priestley and company.
Yeah.
Well,
and won titles.
Harding sends this long. No issues there for Eric Edwards. Robbed in a dangerous area. Ball played through. And the result wasn't the best, was it? Was it McGregor over on the far side? Dr. Omar Davis, the former chairman of Arnett Gardens Football Club, of course, former Minister of Finance for the PNP government in the 90s.
And beside him in the black with the blue cap is Eugene Williams, Big Head Williams, the head coach of Charlie Smith.
Ball over the top.
Former Arnett Gardens player too.
But Arnett Gardens back there in numbers. I hear that coaches are uncomfortable with a game being open, and I'm wondering if that's the reason why the changes were made by Xavier Gilbert, where they had to, or not had to, but when they took out a couple of their fierce attacking options.
Yeah, and
well, here's an opportunity. One of them is Smith, puts it back inside. Shepherd. Still they have it. Ball sent inside once more. And Harbourview doing enough. Cunningham does have passing range. Wing delivers. And was there a handled ball there? The crowd felt so, but I don't think there was a lot in it. Amos remains strong in that matchup with Shaquille Bradford. Priestley wins it. He was looking for a call, it didn't come. Ajuma Johnson, and he goes the other way. Well, he takes one for the team. Shamari Dyer. The apologies would come as no comfort for the player on the turf, Shea Smith.
Yeah, probably had to make that challenge there, Dyer.
Probably.
Far enough from goal that is not really a big threat from that distance with a free kick. Didn't want Smith to get any closer. Yellow card for Ludlow Bernard as well, or is it Sean Fraser?
We can call dibs on it, you know. I'm going to go with Sean Fraser.
Yeah, I think it's Sean Fraser. Sean Fraser, I must tell you, doesn't have as much composure as Ludlow Bernard, and has a fiery tongue, does he? Yeah, he's still chirping there, Sean Fraser. I mean, he'll take the yellow card. And let me tell you, he has been at Shane Nation for quite some time about calls closer to him, so I am sure.
Well, Shepherd has come out. Shanoy Evans now comes on to replace him. Yep.
Lucian National.
This one sent inside the area. And Harbour View almost fluffing their lines here. But here they are coming forward, or that was the aim, wasn't it? Edwards trying to get Cunningham involved. Cunningham has stayed up. Oh, doing well to getting by all comers, twisting and turning. Need to get a ball inside the area. Holds on eventually.
Good work from Canelda Brown on that left-hand side. Tricky, very tricky player, skillful player, and pacey as well. Look at this work from him. Getting away from that tired back line of Harbour View, and Bennett nearly getting himself into trouble. Bailed out.
We're hearing 5 minutes of stoppages will be played at least.
Warner Brown hasn't scored, but let me tell you, he's doing some really good work in and around that 18-yard area as a centre forward.
Speaking of which, who's your player of the game?
Yeah.
Mullings is getting ready to come on for Harbour View. That's Kemar Mullings replacing Shaquille Bradford.
Shaquille Bradford has had a really good game. He's worked tirelessly throughout the 90 minutes. He would be a contender as well. Scored a goal, assisted one, and he's had a solid game. Quite a few attempts on target, and has been a real bother for this Arnett Gardens defense. This is goal. Shaquille Bradford had a lot of work to do and took it well. Had a couple of opportunities where he really threatened and then provided for, of course, Ajuma Johnson's goal.
Well, here's an opportunity for Harbour View. Arnett Gardens finding it difficult to clear. Composure from Dyer on this occasion. Cook.
I think he will be in pole position from a Harbour View perspective. I mean, Joshua Anglin has had a good game in the middle of the park for Harbour View.
I think so too.
And so has Ajuma Johnson, but Ajuma Johnson's work is mostly in the first half.
Yeah,
brilliant goal.
Didn't quite continue, did he?
No, hasn't been allowed to actually.
On the Arnett Gardens side, we're talking about one Kimani Arboyne.
Yeah, Shepherd has been good too.
Oh yeah, against his old club, scoring his first ever goal in the Jamaica Premier League too.
Kelson ended well.
Yeah.
but I don't think throughout the entire game he's been that solid. Martin, admirable performance in the middle of the park. Himself and Anglin have been at it, Marlon Martin. I think those two in the middle of the park, but right now it is probably, if you really narrow it down, it's probably between Harbour and Bradford.
Yeah, I don't know why I went through such a long list.
Yeah, no, I wanted to the kudos. The performances all around have been that good.
It's been a really good football game.
Really good game. So, you know, you kind of want to mention the players that have really, you know, honorable mention. I think right now Bradford is probably tipping it because he has a goal and assist. Harbour found the equalizer, and for that, those moments before he came off, you know, he was top-notch. But Bradford right throughout the game, and he's just come off Bradford in stoppage time, and he ran non-stop. Sometimes as a lone man, holding it up, providing the pass that probably should have been scored from Coke when he just came on.
Well, all this might change if Arnett Gardens manage to go ahead here. They have a corner kick, and Philando Wing is finding the specific blade of grass to put it on. There's the corner kick. Bennett collects easily.
Yeah, this game probably deserves a draw. So yeah, for me it's Bradford right now.
This is what happens when both teams go for it in the Rare Navy Jamaica Premier League. They're still going. Almost a loose ball in the area. Dyer does well again.
Look at Martin. He's been working all these 90 minutes.
Mulling sends it across well. Harbourview looking for that winner. Anglin winning the header. Nodded into the box. It's an opportunity here. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around it.
Johnson. It was on his right-hand side. Not the strongest there, Johnson.
Yep, Johnson, of course, would have wanted to be the main man at Arnett Gardens, but obviously a very important cog in this team managed by London Bernard.
Let's be straight, he was integral in terms of Arnett Gardens' first place finish last season at the end of the preliminary round.
Well, I think the spectators are brave if they start to leave now.
Even though it's only 30 seconds to go.
Harbourview probably with the last chance here. Not the most convincing clearance. It's swept out wide. It's with Kemar Mullings. Mullings tries to force a shot. Not sure if that was the best option. Can get the cross inside as well. And no issues there for Eric Edwards. And that is the end of a riveting game in the Rare Neville Jamaica Premier League. The spoils are shared. And some stars with their new teams shone. The likes of Johnson and Bradford, Arboyne and Shepherd against his old club, scoring his first goal, doing the business in an entertaining game here at the National Stadium East Field. And yeah, it's just been absolutely wonderful. And maybe the result at the end of the day, the right one, 2-all. Yep, as we take a look at the full-time highlights here, it was mouth-watering indeed. Bradford firing the first warning shot over the bar. And then look at this. build up. Bradford chesting it down. Johnson with a firecracker. And Edwards with a wonderful save. It was a sign of things to come. Jamon Shepherd had a really good game, scooping this one up, and there was Cunningham leaping high, but Bennett was behind it. And then Bradford looking for a Juma Johnson. Magnificent hit, really very good hit. Edwards could do nothing about that. And Johnson against his old club with a magnificent strike. Opportunity for Arnett Gardens as they try to get back level. Bennett was in the way of that one. And Wing trying to pass that one. Broke free to Bradford, running away from the defenders. You could bet your house on him to finish from there. Has the speed, bursting away from Cunningham and company. And that's a good finish, it really was. In the 41st minute, Harbourview in dreamland, leading Arnett Gardens by 2-0, and Bradford with his first for his new club. And then the free kick, smacking the woodwork, and then going behind for a corner kick. And then they pulled a goal back. Jamon Shepherd in the 48th minute, his first ever goal in the Jamaica Premier League. And he had to leave Harbourview to get it. Didn't celebrate a whole lot, did Shepherd. But Arnett Gardens, they were flying in this second half. Arboyne getting it from Wing. It's a lovely release there, right into his path. The first touch was majestic. The second was magnificent into the top corner. Nothing Anthony Bennett could have done in goal there. And they were absolutely pumped. And what a game we had. Warner Brown could have done some damage after turning Johnny Talbot inside out, but he found the keeper. And then this opportunity for Cunningham, heading well wide of the mark. What a game we had here. And all who are here to witness it will never forget. 2-2 the final score. Harbourview with 12 shots, 6 on target. Arnett Gardens with 18 shots, 9 of which were on target. 4 yellow cards shown to Harbourview, 2 more than what were shown to Arnett Gardens. 7 corner kicks apiece. And you can see the possession pretty close, pretty even. Harbourview edging it out at 51%.
Shaq, congratulations on your performance. A goal and assist as well. But before I ask you that, how much fun did you have out there?
Well, I have a lot of fun. I mean, coming from the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship, we play a lot of matches, and I know there's a lot of tired legs on the pitch, but we come here and we did the job, you know, as you can see on the pitch.
I can't say how you're enjoying the new colours because you're still in the same colours, but how are you enjoying your new team?
Well, some different players and some familiar faces like Ajuma Johnson, Sean Daly, and a lot, you know, so it's nothing different.
Coming into this game, you know, it would have been a tough fixture against the Junglists. What's the mindset coming in here as a striker? What were you expecting?
Well, my job is to score, and I'm not playing on a lot of pressure, but, you know, I'm a natural striker, and once I get my chance, I need to get like the one or the first or the second one to the goal, you know.
Well, you certainly took your chance. You certainly provided for your teammates as well in Ajuma Johnson, who you go as far back as Camperdown days. That must have been enjoyable too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good one-to-one attacking football game.
All right, congrats on your performance. Get some rest, and we look forward to seeing you in the weeks to come.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, lovely stuff there. Shaquille Bradford, our player of the match. And what a performance it was from Harbourview perspective and Shaquille Bradford. But yeah, all round, good performances. Arnett Gardens, one of the matches to go of the season. Xavier Gilbert comes into frame now, the head coach of Arnett. Xavier, at the end of it 2-2, a fair result, certainly a very exciting game. You must have been enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, especially the second half, because we won the second half, Harbour won the first half, and we have to give them credit. But entertaining for spectator and 4 goals. Yeah, would have loved to get 3 points. I think we created a few more opportunities in the second half and could have nicked one, but coming back from 2 goals down against a quality opposition at this level, you know, I have to give my hat off to the team, you know.
Yeah, and nobody wants to go down 2 goals. When you were down 2 goals and you went into the half-time talk as well, what would be some of the things you would have said to the boys? I
mean, we just had to make the adjustment where we needed to make the adjustment, and we did it second half. And we wanted an early goal in the second half, which we got. And then that kind of, we work our way back into it. I didn't think we were playing our game. You know, we gave them a little bit too much space inside the middle of the park in the first half. And we had to condense that space, which we did in the second half. And unfortunate that we didn't get another goal.
Got to 2-2. Then you decide to ring the changes. I was a little bit surprised that you went for the 2 changes for the wide players at that point, where it seemed like you had the momentum. Kelson and Harbour and the 2 players coming off. Why?
Yeah, I mean, based on what we saw and what the players gave us, the legs were going, and I think that's an area that we were exploiting. And we were having some success. And we just needed some fresher legs, you know, because in the same breath you want to go to goal, but they have to get back and defend. And it's hard to ask them to run that hard in the first half, in the second half, both on both sides, in attack and in defense. So I thought we needed some fresher legs there to do what we needed to do. There are still quality players coming on, but unfortunately we just didn't get it 3 points today. But probably a fair result, seeing where we were coming from, you know.
Fair result, exciting game. Thanks for that. Get some rest, and we look forward to week 4.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Good.
Xavier Gilbert there, the head coach of Arnett Gardens, and Ludlow Bernard now comes into frame. Ludlow, really lovely match, a tough match, but I saw what you were saying from the pre-match interview, that the team obviously a good understanding of each other, the chemistry good. You went 2 goals up, but then it slipped.
Yeah, and it really slipped real bad, and we brought back Arnett into the game, you know, of 2 very blatant errors. The talk in the room was that we knew that Arnett was going to come at us in the first 10, and we needed to be strong defensively. But of course, as you saw that occurred out there, you know, we gave up a very soft free kick to begin with, and then the free kick was not defended properly. And I mean, the player came in between a couple of players and got a free header. I mean, I spoke to the guys today about being professional, and that really was a very unprofessional moment as at that time. And then the second goal, blatant error again from our team, from our player, you know. We basically brought them back into the game, and we didn't really want that. We wanted to withstand that little storm at the beginning of the second half and then take the game from there.
Still must be pleasing to you, though, 2 of the new players coming into your squad, Juma Johnson, Shaquille Bradford. You spoke about him at the start. And
yes.
Providing, obviously having the chemistry up front,
yes.
2 former Campion
yeah, that is coming from afar, and also based on where they live as well. You know, and that is an advantage that we look to take into our games going forward. Of course, you know, and it was good to see Bradford getting on the sheet and getting on the sheet consistently, both in the Caribbean Cup and here as well. And it was good to see Ajuma scoring his first goal. And he really was intent on really scoring today. I mean, he tested the goalkeeper early, and then he came back with a real bomber.
And you could still have won it. I know you're a bit upset that you gave up the 2 goals, but when you look at the match, you were still creating opportunities. It could have gone
opportunities. Of course, as I said before, I think without my main striker here today, I think I was left a little short. But I really like probably how we dealt with the situation after it went 2-2 up. You know, we tried to really contain them and not give up anything more. Made a couple of defensive changes to just weather the storm. And then probably with some better changes, we could have gotten it.
Good to see you guys finally in the Premier League and getting things underway. All the best. Get some rest.
Definitely. Thanks.
So the match week is complete. Let's go through them. Waterhouse with a 3-1 win over Lime Hall. Humberline, Malines United 1-1. Mobay United edging out Cavalier at home at West Paul Park by a 0-0. Mount Pleasant 3-0 over Dunby Holden. Portman United with a 3-1 win over Treasure Beach. Veer United getting by Tibet Gardens by the odd goal in 3. And Harbour View and Arnett Gardens equally sharing 4 goals just now. Let's take a look at the table. Mount Pleasant top, 6 points. Waterhouse joining them. They've played a game more, however. and they are on 6 points. Arnett Gardens, Humber Lion, Veer United and Montego Bay United, they round out the top 6 at the moment. Cavalier and Treasure Beach, well, they wouldn't be too concerned. It's still early days. Cavalier, of course, playing their first game yesterday and losing, so the former champions, they know that they have a lot of time on their hands. But I must admit, Monday Night Football was absolutely brilliant, as Harbourview and Arnett Gardens played out a 2-2 draw here at the National Stadium Eastfield. It's been an absolute privilege carrying this to you, to your homes, and we hope that these type of matches continue in the new look Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League. On behalf of the hard-working production team, my director Michael Edwards, my producer Ramon Stewart, my colour analyst Chris Taylor, and of course Janae Robinson, who was in the stands, I'm Donald Oliver. Good night, Godspeed.